everybody, and welcome back to a review of Kit's Castle Cup. This is round 2, game 2. This is OneNamedLucas with the white pieces, and me, Tedthetank, with the black pieces. And we certainly do have an interesting game today, as Lucas opens with a d4, and I respond with d5. White plays knight to c3, black with knight to f6, bishop to g5, and knight to c6. So the Richter-Varosov attack. Knight to h3, opening up an attack on the knight by the bishop. Pawn to h6, looking to kick away the bishop. Knight to f4, allowing the pawn to take the bishop. However, e6, looking to maybe do something else and protect the d-pawn. Bishop to h4. Unfortunately, this leads to a fork of these two pieces when g5 is played. Pawn to g3, defending both pieces as he accepts that he's lost at least one. Pawn captures on h4 and e3, looking to take the center and defend the d-pawn. Pawn captures on g3, and white captures back on g3. Knight to e4, looking to grab space and attack the knight on c3, as it's defended nicely by the d-pawn. White captures with knight to e4, pawn captures on e4, and queen to d2. Unfortunately, this isn't a very good idea, as this allows for a later pin by the bishop. A better move would have been to e2, as it takes this entire diagonal, as it takes both of these entire diagonals, and just overall better move. Queen to g5, attacking the knight. Knight to h3, running away with the knight. Queen to h5, preventing castling, although it does open up a future attack by the rook. Bishop to e2, looking to attack the queen. Queen to d5. Unfortunately, this isn't the best square for the queen, because it just allows pawn to c4 or knight to f4, and then you're all attacked. And it's sad. And indeed, white does play c4. So queen to f5, which probably should have been the original move. Knight to f4, not really sure what the idea is here, but maybe looking to push the d-pawn and attack the knight and pawn. Bishop to d4, and here's bishop to b4, and here's that pin that was discussed earlier, as you can't take with the queen, or else you lose the queen. However, you are losing the queen anyway, so it might be a good idea to just take. Knight to d5, looking to take the bishop. Bishop takes queen on d2. King takes on d2. And pawn captures on d5, overall losing a lot of material in that exchange. Pawn to g4, looking to just attack the queen. Queen captures on f2, and rook to f1, looking to kick away the queen. However, queen to g2. Knight to c1, looking to maybe get the king in a better position. Bishop captures on g4, attacking the bishop. And a good idea here would be to just take this bishop, because this bishop is currently hanging. So, however, rook to f4 wants to attack black's bishop with his rook. So rook captures on, bishop captures on e2. King to c2, looking to maybe get the rook into his other rook into the game. Knight to b4 check. King to b3. Knight to d3. Rook to f6, maybe looking to put one last attack with the rook. black castles queenside, and rook captures on f7. h5 pushing pawns, and a4 continuing, more pushing of pawns. Bishop to d1 check, rook captures on d1, and finally queen to b2 mate. This, unfortunately, is the end of this game. It could have been pressed a little longer if he hadn't pushed the a-pawn a couple of turns ago. However, what can you say? What can you do? Not much. But I would like to thank everyone for watching, as this series has been a lot of fun to record and just kind of look over all these games that we've played. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And peace out for now.